Starting lineup starts for Alma Pepin. Junior number 3, Trevor Height. Junior number 21, Logan Carroll. Senior number 23, Bryce Abbas. Sophomore number 24, Peyton Hockey. And senior number 25, Sam Miller. Eagles are coached by Larry Grissom. And now for your Lancers. Senior number 20, Caleb Milner. Senior number 32, Carla Ryan. Junior number 34, Jonah Albrecht. Sophomore number 40, David Hine. And sophomore number 42, Jonathan Gamble. The Lancers are coached by Tom Williams, assisted by Joe Long John.
Hello. Hello. Hello and welcome to the man. Okay. Hello and welcome to the campus of Emmanuel Lutheran High School. My name is Gunny Sippert. Tonight will be a contest between the Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran Lancers. I'll be doing your play-by-play for you.
And I'll be doing your color for you.
James Shazer there on the color mic. And we've got Sam Buck on camera. Lancers win the tip, and they get into their offense. Here's Albrecht on the wing. Gives to Neldner. Neldner pulls up with the jumper. No good. Offensive board for Carl Ryan. He goes up strong, misses. And another offensive board for David Hine. He kicks it back out to Neldner. Neldner jumper. Too strong. And Jonathan Gamble at the third offensive board already for the Lancers. They'll set up. Neldner goes to the right side. Gives to Gamble up top. Gamble looking down low. Gives to Carl Ryan on the wing. Looking for Albrecht on the cut. Nothing there. Gamble goes in left. He gets a double and a foul.
Falls on Alma Pepin's number 3, Trevor Height. That's his first personal, team's first.
Gamble to inbound here. They get into Neldner. He ball fakes. Nothing doing. Over to Gamble. Gamble gets to Neldner across diagonally. Neldner goes in with his left. Looking for Albrecht. It's tipped out of bounds by number 25, Sam Miller. Lancer ball. Gamble to inbound again. A very long possession down here for the Lancers. Neldner up top. He's guarded by Trevor Height, a junior. His pass is picked off by Sam Miller. Miller back the other way with Albrecht on him. Finishes at the rack. 2-0 Alma.
Miller.
Neldner down. Neldner gives to Carl Ryan. Ryan guarded by Caden Hockey, a sophomore. Ryan needing help. There's Neldner on the back cut all the way in. Forced up the shot, looking for a foul, nothing there. Back the other way, number 23, Bryce Anabas. He gives to Miller. Miller for 3. Good. Sam Miller with 5 points. Albrecht goes baseline. Carl clears out space for him. Ryan gives to Neldner. Bad pass there. Neldner controls. Neldner up with it. No good. And there's going to be a foul on the Lancers here. Fouls on Neldner. First foul of the game for the Lancers. And now you'll get to see the Eagles in more of a half-court style offense. Trevor Height bringing the ball down. He'll be the point guard. He gets to Logan Carroll. Carroll, first touch this game, shoots up the 3, no good. And a foul is called on Anabas. Good strong board from Gamble, draws the foul.
Follows on Alma Pepin's number 23, Bryce Anabas. That's his first personal, team second.
Neldner down the other way. Lancers looking to set up their half-court offense more effectively here. Hine loses his dribble, and here's Anibis back the other way. Left-handed finger roll, good. Quickly, it's a 7-0 game. Alma. Neldner. Gives to Albrecht. It's picked off again. This time it's Miller back the other way, and there's going to be a foul on the ground. Oh, no, offensive foul on Miller. I thought for sure they were calling it out on Neldner. And a quick timeout here for the Lancers, called by Tom Williams. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We didn't get much time to do pregame, and again, if you're confused with the broadcast, I'm sorry for my thinking I wasn't on mic, but I actually was. The mics up here are not as good lately. They've been working. Anyways, if there's any one thing you need to know about Alma, it's that they can score. They've scored over 50 points every game this season. I think they've only scored under 60 once.
There was one game against AC Lincoln where they scored 104, I think.
Granted, that was in a double overtime, but that's still a ton.
Any triple digits, even no matter what the circumstance.
100. That game was 104 to 98. It was that's just in high school with 32-minute games, and then I think it's 5-minute overtime, so 42 minutes of basketball. That's crazy. Ryan high post gives to Albrecht down low, and the reverse, good. Jonah Albrecht's first start this season, and he gets the first bucket of the game. Anibis gives over to Carroll. Carroll to Sam Miller. Miller ball fakes, goes in. Nice pass to Hockey. And Hockey's going to finish. Neldner brings the ball down. Height pressuring, picking him up at half court. Ball's dead. Height gives some pressure. Neldner needs help. Ryan lets the ball go off his fingers, and it'll be a red ball. Caden Hockey, only a sophomore, but he's a big sophomore. Number 24, 6'2".
Football player.
I think he was tight end for Pepin Alma. That's what they switched the names around for football. Here's Carroll for three. No good. Hockey with the offensive board and a jump ball. Speaking of Pepin Alma football, they made it to the state championship game for D7 where they lost to Owen Withy, and that's really impressive. So a lot of these guys are football players. I know Trevor Height is. So is Hockey. I think Height was a running back. And here he is with the ball. He gives to Anibis. Anibis to Carroll up top. Logan Carroll to Miller. Miller shot fakes. Elbow. No good. And Gamble with the board. Gamble gets to Neldner, and they'll push it. Neldner goes all the way in, decides against it, gives to Gamble. Gamble puts on the moves. Shot's no good. Hockey with the board. He gets to Carroll. Push it ahead. Logan Carroll with the ball. Gives to Anibis. Anibis up top. Height on the right wing. Miller, nice cut. Finish no good. And the rebound's eventually grabbed by Anibis from 4 Lancer defenders. He gets the foul drawn, and he'll go to the line.
Falls on number 42, Jonathan Gamble. That's his first personal, team second. At the line, shooting 2, Bryce Anibis.
Anibis makes the first.
Checking in for Alma Pepin, number 15, James Sterry. In for the Lancers, number 14, Sam Lisak.
First subs of the game are James Sterry for Alma Pepin and Sam Lisak for the Lancers. Anibis hits the second. He gets both from the line. It's an 11-2 game early here. Alma's come out hot. Neldner gets a screen from Gamble. Looks for him on the roll. Gamble with the runner. No good. And Carroll with the board. They push it ahead to Height. Height down to Anibis. Anibis got nothing there. He almost gets trapped. Makes a shot for himself. Reverse layup. Very impressive there. Neldner and Gamble thought they had him trapped, and he made a shot all the way across the other side of the lane. Neldner needs some help. Gets to Albrecht, low corner. Albrecht gets it across. Try to get it across to Lisak, and Carroll jumps that lane.
One thing the Lancers do need to work on is their passing. They've had a lot of stolen passes, or passes stolen from them, however you say that. But it's led to a couple of transition points, too.
Brian Sitto in the game for the Lancers, and Ben Miller in for Alma. Sorry about that. Just learned it was Alma this week, not Alma. I've been saying it Alma ever since yesterday. Sam Miller down the other way. Kicks to Height. Height gives to Ben Miller. Carroll up top, guarded by Lisak. And a travel's called. Carroll was kind of jumping in his shoes there. Lisak with some nice pressure defense.
Yeah, we learned it was Alma from an Almanian.
Yeah, well, we learned it from, I don't know, that's what they're called, Jim.
I'm pretty sure
we
that's
learned
what
it from
they're called.
Jonathan Gamble.
Who learned it from an Almanian.
Yep. Neldner across to Sitto. Sitto goes to Lisak, to David Hine in the high post. Hine with the runner. No good. Grabs his own board and gets fouled. David Hine to the stripe. Nice job there of following up his shot.
Follows on Alma Pepin's number 25, Sam Miller. That's his second personal. At the line, shooting 2, David Hine.
Sam Miller with 2 fouls here early. And here's David Hine from the stripe. Makes the first.
Checking in for Alma Pepin, number 23, Bryce Abbas, number 24, Peyton Hockey.
Riley Stotnick back in for the first time this game, and Neldner back out. Here's David Hine in the second free throw. Misses it, and the board for Carroll. Carroll pushes it the other way. Try to get it across to Anubis. Pass is tipped out of bounds.
Okabina says hello on our text line.
Yeah, it also helps if you can send in the name along with your text, but it's great to get a town too. Nice to know where you're watching as well.
Apparently all of Okabina says hello. So
Sam,
I feel special.
Sorry. James, come on. Carroll on the right wing. Gets to Ben Miller up top. Anubis goes left. Across to Ben Miller. Anubis up top. To Ben Miller. Guarded by Sitto. Here's Hockey. Hockey's got a big size advantage on Albrecht there. They should look to get him into the post. Anubis. Nice move. Gets it to Sterry. Sterry pulls up the shot. No good.
And mentioning that text line, we do have a text line up in the top right corner. Text in if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns.
Also, if there's problems with the broadcasting, you just kind of, if you know your number, it would be nice if you know the number and you give broadcast problem. Just send in your text. Sterry hits the first from the line.
In for the Lancers, number 22, Matt Sandhefner.
That's Sandhefner in for the first time this game, and Trevor Height back in the game for the Eagles.
It was the Ryans who said hi from Okabina.
Oh, thank you. Good to hear.
Got 2 sons playing in this game.
Sterry misses the second. Albrecht with the board, and here's Lisak over to Sotnick. Sotnick into the corner, Sitto. Brian Sitto loses the handle, regains. Gets it to Lisak. Pass was a bit off, and Alma forces a turnover. Anubis goes in the lane, gets the ball stripped. Sitto down the other way. Brian Sitto all the way, Euro stepping in. Layup is good.
That's a new one. Euro stepping.
It was a Euro step. It was a really good one, too. Sitto with his first bucket of the game. Height gives to Anubis. Lancers in man defense here. Anubis to Ben Miller up top. Miller gives to Height. Anubis on the cut. Nice cut in, and he gets fouled. Bryce Anubis to the line again.
Falls on Manuel's number 34, John Albrecht. That's his first personal. Team's fourth. At the line, shooting 2, Bryce Anubis.
Anubis misses the first.
In for Manuel, number 32, Carl Ryan.
Carl Ryan in for Jonah Albrecht. They'll look to get that size advantage minimized against hockey. Ryan's a good matchup for him. Anibis gets 1 of 2. And the Lancers are down 10 here. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Sito gets it to Sandhefner. Nice cut by Sotnik. Ball's going to go off him, however. He put the dribble down right away and lost the handle. Trevor Height to bring the ball down. Height just dribbling around. He needs somebody to move open for him. Lancer's doing a nice job of defending here. He gets to Anibis up top. Bryce Anibis looking for something. Nothing doing here for either team. No movement. Looks like they're gonna take last shot here. Bryce Anibis crosses over into the lane. Layup good. 4 seconds left. Here's Brian Sito. 1. Buzzer beater, no good. And at the end of 1, the score is 17-5, Eagles.
Who made that last shot?
What?
Who made that last shot?
Anibis made the last shot for the Eagles. They did a nice job of running down clock, and then he just made that quality look for him. Bryce Anibis is the leading scorer in this game. He's got 7 points already. Oh, we've got a text from Alma. We've got a Brillin from Alma sending the best wishes for the Alma Pepin Eagles. Go Eagles. It's really nice to get texts in from the road fans. It's no offense to the home fans, but it might even be better just because it's so rare. But we love when all fans text in, and don't feel bad about that. I'm sorry I said that.
Text in.
I'm sorry, Emmanuel fans. Alma's already back out on the court. This is a quiet gym here tonight.
It's not a lot of people.
It's quiet because the girls are in Independence. We'll try to get score updates from those games, hopefully. That's a big game for Varsity. If they're not going to win conference if they don't beat Independence. They have to win this game.
Independence is the only team that's beaten them, right?
Yep, they're 12-1, I think, and Independence is their only loss. That was here at home, and now they got to go win on the road, get it back. Second quarter beginning here in this boys game, and Brian Sito gets the inbound. Crosses over on Carroll. Gives to Neldner up top. Jonathan Gamble. Over to Sito. Down low to Carl Ryan. Ryan up. And a nice shot from Carl Ryan. His first bucket of the game.
Maybe.
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
First bucket of the game from Carl Ryan.
My stats are not that accurate.
Anibis to Height. Sam Miller thought about the shot there. Carl did a nice job of closing out on him. Carroll into the lane, gets the ball stripped, and Sito back the other way. Brian Sito gives to Gamble. Gamble fader, good. A nice fading jump shot there from Gamble. And the Lancers start off the corner very well. Gamble on Anibis. He gives to Height. Height to Sam Miller. Sam Miller in the corner guarded by Ryan. Up top, Height. Carroll on the right wing. Here's Anibis for 3. No good. Carl Ryan with the board. Nelner pushes ahead to Gamble. Gamble down low to Sandhefner. He grabs it, finishes. Sandhefner, nice job of controlling that reception there from Gamble. It was a hard pass, but he did a nice job he just did a nice job of grabbing the ball with one hand and bringing it into both. And the Lancers doing a nice job here to start off the second quarter. Good looks and already 3 buckets for him. Sam Miller is playing currently with 2 fouls, so I think the Lancers will try to go to Carl Ryan and make him foul.
We got a text in from Pepin saying we are doing a wonderful job announcing. Thank you.
Thank you. It's actually been a rough broadcast so far. We'll try to pick it up throughout the rest of the game. Thank you, though, for the compliment. We'll take it.
We accept your compliment.
Sam Miller gives to Bryce Anibis, and the Eagles will set up shop. Height on the right wing. Height crosses over, finds a little lane, and finishes. Nice move there for Trevor Height. Neldner crosses over and loses the handle.
Yeah, my stats aren't going to be accurate. I get distracted by bright, shiny objects.
Just
Usually not a
focus
good
on the color, James. Focus on the color. Height brings the ball down. Anubis.
I get distracted by color, too.
Anubis to Sam Miller. Sam Miller with the jump shot, no good. Neldner back the other way. Neldner guarded by Height. He's got to work really hard to get around him. Height's a really good defender. Stays low. Not letting Neldner beat him any which way. Neldner gets to Sandhefner. Ned with the shot, no good. Board goes to Hockey. He's back in the game. Sam Miller spins around Brian Sitto. Grabs his... Oh, wow. Gathers and goes to the hoop.
It's a good finger roll.
Sam Miller with the finger roll there. Sandhefner on the left wing. Ned looking for somebody. Goes into the lane. Pulls up. Shot rolls in. Ned Sandhefner with 4 points. Anubis crosses over on Gamble behind the back. Getting fancy there. Height up top. Over to Carroll. Carroll goes baseline. And he's fouled by Brian Sitto.
The Albrechts are watching from Milwaukee. My cousins.
Good to hear. Thank you for texting in, and it's really been nice to get a lot of texts early in this game. Thank you to all who have texted in.
You're the best.
Hockey gives to Height. Anubis tries to get the Hockey down low. A 2-foot pass. It's not there. Jump ball. It'll stay with the Eagles.
Got a text in from Nick Spencer from Pepin saying go Eagles.
Thanks, Nick. It's really been nice to hear from the Road fans.
I think this is the most text we've got from Road fans.
I think here's Height with the jumper. He drains it. But I think the news word of the broadcast gets out better among certain opposing teams for the Lancers. And I've noticed Alma is definitely one of the ones who text in more. And we thank them for that. Sitto misses the layup. Lancers grab the offensive board. David Hine, double dribble. We got a question here from Who Won JV. It was 31-26. Alma took it.
Alma Pepin.
Yes. It wasn't just the guys from Alma. There were some Pepin guys, too. Height hands it off to Carroll. They get it to the corner. Sam Miller. Height pulls up the jumper. No good. Albrecht grabs the board. Neldner the other way. Neldner to Albrecht. Albrecht finds a lane. Layup no good. Carroll with the board. Back the other way. 3-on-3 here. Carroll goes with himself, and a block is called.
The Albrechts and Okabina are listening in too.
So we got 2 Albrechts listening in. Those are, of course, Jonah's family. Thank you.
Got more texts from away fans. Cameron and Kelsey say go Eagles.
All right. The texts are really flowing in. Thank you. Sterry back in the game, as well as Leasack. Foul there was on David Hine with the block. They get inside to Sterry, back out to Carroll. He goes baseline, pulls up the jumper. Good. Logan Carroll with his first basket of the game. Neldner with the ball. Crosses over again. And he finally shakes Trevor Height loose. Picks up his dribble, however. It gives to Hine. David Hine to Gamble. Gamble to Neldner. Neldner goes baseline. And a charge is called.
Got another text in from David Hine's mom and David's brother Daniel saying they're watching. And another text in from the Leasacks in Muskego saying we're doing a good job.
We thank all of you for texting in. And Daniel, hi.
Hi, Daniel.
Trevor Height brings the ball down. Height crosses over. Good help defense from Hine, and that causes a travel. Gamble inbounds to Sotnick, who came in for Neldner just recently. Lisak gets trapped. Nice look into the high post. Albrecht jumper, good. Jonah Albrecht with 4 points. A nice look there on the 1-3-1 breaking offense. Height crosses over. Gives to Miller in the corner. Sam Miller to Ben Miller. Back to Sam. Sam goes left, pulls up the shot, and a foul is called. Sam Miller to the charity stripe.
I love that name. Charity stripe.
Yep. Fouls on Albrecht, his second. Miller hits the first.
Pepin, number 21, Logan Carroll. Into the Lancers, Brian Sitto.
And Miller gets both. Brian Sitto brings the ball down. Looking. Gives it to Hine. Hine down low. Finishes with the left. Nice look there from Brian to David. Anibis brings the ball down. Lisak shading him way to his right. Anibis in the lane. Pulls up the jumper. Good. Bryce Anibis with 9 points. Brian Sitto guarded by Ben Miller. Crosses him over. Goes down low to Gamble. Gamble pulls up the nice turnaround jumper. No good. Foul's going to be on Sterry.
Follows on Alma Pepin's number 15, James Sterry. That's his first personal team fifth.
Brian Sitto gets it into Gamble. Up top, Sotnick. Sitto right wing. Back cut there by Gamble, nothing doing. Here's Sitto into the lane. Good, nice drive. Sitto's got 4 points.
And 15 stepped over the line when he was throwing the ball in.
Sterry broke the inbounding plane, and he'll go to the bench for hockey. Trevor Height back in as well. Sitto to inbound. Lancers with a 2-on-1 for the 4 guys in here. They get it into Gamble. They look up top to Sotnick. Nothing working there. Lisak up top. Sam Lisak crosses over. Gives it to Gamble. Gamble to Lisak. To Sitto on the cut. He grabs it. A nice job of regaining control. Misses the layup. Offensive rebound. Here's Sitto at the corner 3. Good. Brian Sitto with 7 points, leading the Lancers. Trevor Height brings the ball down. Gives it to Anibis. Anibis guarded by Lisak. Sam Miller for 3. With Gamble contesting him, no good. Hockey grabs the board. Up with it, finish.
Hockey.
Sitto all the way in. Takes it himself. Brian Sitto's on a roll. Brian Sitto with 9 points to tie the game leaders, Sam Miller and Anibis. All 3 of them have 9 points right now. Here's Carroll on the cut. Shot's no good. Lisak to Sotnick the other way. Riley slows down, no numbers. Nice pass to Lisak. Lisak can't finish. And then over the back foul on David Hine.
Got a couple new texts in. One from John Gamble's mom, doing a great job doing for the broadcast.
From Inver Grove, thank you.
Appreciating us, and we appreciate you appreciating us. Another text from Alma Pepin fan saying that she likes our broadcast so much that she's going to watch Alma Pepin, the girls team.
When the girls come here?
When the girls come here.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. And that puts... And the...
Bit of confusion there.
Yeah, a lot of confusion, actually. The Eagles are in single bonus. This will be a one-on-one situation for Carroll. It's no good. Carl with the board. Gets to the Lisak in transition. Let's just have numbers. Lisak tries to get it ahead to Sotnik, but not before he travels. .16 seconds left here.
16.3.
For the Eagles to get the last shot off. Height brings it down. Crosses over to his left. Looking to get it to Anubis. It eventually does. Anubis goes up with it, and he's fouled by Gamble.
Falls on Manuals number 42, Jonathan Gamble. That's his second personal. At the line, shooting 2, Bryce Anubis.
Anubis at the line again. Misses the first.
Checking into the Lancers, number 22, Matt Sanhafner.
Anubis looking to improve his shooting percentage from the stripe here. He makes that one. Hasn't been the greatest night for the Eagles from the line. Sito's got 2 seconds. Fires it up. No good. And at the half, the Lancers down 8. 32-24, Alma Pepin.
And now we will go and get our input from our lovely cameraman, Sam. The mic works.
The mic is broken.
No, it was working when you had it on.
I'm not so sure, but okay.
Okay, never mind. We will not get commentary from our wonderful
We can go ahead and try it. We'll bring it into the booth here. We've got, for scoring updates here, it's Brian Sitto leading the Lancers with 9 points. Sandhafner and Albrecht both with 2. David Hine, 3. Gamble, Carl, both with 2. And as for Alma Pepin, Anubis and Sam Miller both have 9 points. Hockey with 6. Trevor Height with 4. James Sterry 1. Carroll with 2. So, very nice distribution of scoring for both teams. And Alma Pepin has been... They only got to 32 points, which has kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought that they might get a little bit higher in the first half. The Lancers have been doing a very good job on defense of containing them.
Got an update for the girls. Emmanuel up 24-15 with 3 minutes left in the half.
So that would be varsity, I would imagine.
Yeah.
We'll try to get a JV score as soon as possible.
And we did get a text from a Alma Pepin fan looking for number 20, the 6'8 guy, who I don't think he's out here.
No, I did. Number 20, Nick Spencer. Nick Spencer texted in. I don't think he's playing. He must be back in Alma Pepin. James, if you could ask him what's up. Maybe he's sick today or injured.
Let's see.
Yeah, we can go back to the courts.
Yeah, it says Nick Spencer from Pepin.
Yep, so maybe text him. And
this is the first time this guy has interview here.
Yep. It'll be interesting. They are a bit short tonight, I've noticed, as in numbers-wise. Alma Pepin is. They've been running lots of quick subs and getting guys in and out. I think they've only run a total of 7 or 8 guys playing, so it's been very evenly distributed for all players. Anubis and Sam Miller, the 2 seniors on the team, the only 2 seniors, have been taking charge, and they both have 9 points. It's nice to see. Hockey, the big sophomore inside with 6. A good distribution of scoring.
It's difficult.
A very, very quiet gym tonight. Earlier in the JV game, Alma Pepin takes it by 5 points. The 5-point victory. It was a sloppy game throughout from both teams, and Alma just finished it off better. Yesterday, C-Team went to Altoona to play the D-Team, and it was not the same team they played here at home. Altoona had many JV and C-Team players playing down to their D-Team, and they won about 50-39, I believe. We said earlier that Alma's a really good scoring team. They have been throughout the season. We told you about the triple digits game. They beat the conference, the only undefeated team in conference, Melrose Mindoro. They beat them last Friday, 74-69 at home. But Melrose Mindoro had not been beaten up to that point, and Alma was the one to take them down. It was a very impressive game for them. Not a lot of three-point shooting here early in this game. Sidos hit one, and Sam Miller hit one. Lancers running mostly man defense. I haven't seen much of a zone from them. Occasionally, Alma Pepin throws out the 1-3-1, just like they did on JV. They've been switching back and forth. Mostly man, though. The Lancers have been getting better looks throughout the game, and hopefully that'll continue to improve in the second half. We got a response from Nick Spencer. He says to ask Jacob Riesgroff, who played on JV, and he'll be sitting on the bench or maybe even getting into the game in the second half. I don't know if we can exactly ask him.
We could shout at him from up here,
That's
but that's about all we
that's
can
probably
do.
not a good idea. If Nick could just respond, that would be great, just to assure that fan that everything is okay.
Apparently Jake Riesgroff knows all, though, according to Nick.
He says he knows everything. Both of them juniors. Still waiting for both teams to come back out here, halfway through halftime. The girls are currently up 9 points in Independence. We'll try to get updates from that game. A huge game in the Dairyland Small for the girls. We hope that Emmanuel comes out on top and gets back into a tie in the standings with Independence. Both of them would be at one loss if the Lancers won. One loss in conference, that is. And if Independence won, it would be Independence with 0 losses and Emmanuel with 2. And Independence would have a great shot at winning conference, almost guaranteed. So we'll keep you updated from that game. Oh, we've got a text from Nick Spencer. He says just let the fan know that he's fine and he just can't be out there tonight. Undisclosed absence, and that's fine. We're not going to force Nick to tell us anything.
Oh, that text interview kind of went well, I think.
We thank him for responding, though.
It's the first time I've done that.
Yep. The Varsity Lancers last played Friday against CFC. They lost 72-40. The Pirates just shot lights out, and the Lancers did not play badly, but CFC played so well.
They had two sophomores actually, who almost couldn't miss a three.
Two sophomore guards. I mean, obviously they're guys. There's just draining threes, and they had they had a senior inside, Nick Murphy. He played really well.
Got another update from the girls. Their Emmanuel girls are up at half, 26-19.
So a nice 7-point lead there for them. Hopefully they can pull it out in the second half. Get another shot at their conference title. Keep that going. The girls haven't lost since they played Independence early in the season. I believe they're on a maybe 10 or 11 game win streak. Alma Pepin back out. Not too much size, height-wise, for the Eagles. Sam Miller topping it off at 6'4", but most of them, I would imagine, played football.
Oh, yeah.
I know height and hockey did, most definitely. So they're big, strong players. I wonder if Nick Spencer played football. You want to ask?
Hey, Nick, did you play football? Just wondering.
We're just going to keep this going.
Yeah, just keep up a running conversation with our friend Nick. I assume he's our friend.
Yep. And I've also noticed, I think James Sterry played 4 quarters in JV, but this whole Alma Pepin team, there's only 11 guys for the whole system right now. I think they've got some injuries, and Nick Spencer's not here. Nick Spencer played football. What position, Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
Or positions. He probably played offense and defense. Yep, so only 11 guys here, so I think they've gotten exemption from the WIAA where a player can play more than 4 quarters. Like James Sterry and Ben Miller have both been in, I think, for more than 5 minutes. Oh, we've got Sam Miller was the quarterback for the Eagles. That seems to make sense. A very tall guy who can see over the line, 6'4". And Trevor Height was the running back, I know. And Caden Hockey, a tight end and wide receiver, and probably O-lineman too. Probably a blocking tight end. They made it to the state title game, and they were downed by the Owenwithy Blackhawks in the title game. They had a very impressive season. It was kind of fun to follow their scores throughout the weeks.
Nick played tight end and defensive end.
Nice. Thank you, Nick, for texting it. You've really kept this halftime.
I really like this.
You've kept this halftime going.
Yeah, we haven't had much to talk about. And
yep, it's a quiet gym, and the quiet gym doesn't really create for much of a talking atmosphere. I feel like I can't be too loud, because then it's kind of disturbing, especially during free throws when people get super quiet. I'm worried I can be heard by others in the gym, and
just this phantom voice from above,
yep,
narrating everything that's going on.
Yep. Yeah, and Pepin and Alma actually played football kind of into the basketball season, so they got a late start for basketball, I believe. But so they've had a really good season.
So they just decided to switch names just because?
I don't know. With football, it's Pepin Alma, and with baseball, I think with baseball and with basketball, it's Alma Pepin. Maybe it's like the school that has more of a funding on the program. I don't know. Great pressure here from the Eagles. Lancers get it into Neldner. He falls over, needs help. Gives to Gamble, and they're going to call a travel. Yeah, but Alma Pepin is not the same as like a Melrose Mindoro where 2 towns go to the same school. They are 2 different schools, Alma and Pepin. Height with the jumper, no good. Carl Ryan the board. Neldner the other way. Crosses over, guarded by Height. David Hine sweeps through all the way to the hoop, and he'll finish. No help defense there, and David Hine takes it to the rack.
Thanks for the picture, Nick.
Nick Spencer sending in a picture message. Thank you.
It's of him in a football uniform.
All right.
It's number 20.
Yep, they played at Camp Randall in November. State title game.
Man, I should have gone to that. I live like 5 minutes away from there.
We were still in school.
Excellent point.
Wasn't Thanksgiving break yet. Nice ball movement here. Down inside to Sam Miller, and he'll finish. Amazing passing there from the Eagles. Neldner gives to Hine. Hine gives to Albrecht, high post. Albrecht back out to Hine. Hine looking. He goes all the way in with the left hand. Layup no good. Hockey with the board. Up the floor to Miller, to Height. Nice transition basket. And the Eagles are up 10. Neldner to Albrecht. Albrecht looking to Hine on the cut, nothing there. He gets it to Neldner on the second cut. Neldner with the jumper, good. And that's Neldner's first bucket of the game. Animus brings the ball down, guarded by Hine. Just, pardon me, it's a 3-2 zone here for the Lancers. It's going to be a foul on Jonah Albrecht, his third. A little bit of foul trouble there for Jonah. Might get taken out.
Checking in for
Nick also plays baseball.
Nick's a three-sport athlete. All right.
Lancers, number 12, Brian Sito.
May I ask what position you play in baseball?
James is a baseball man.
I am. Involves less running.
Is that your reason you don't like basketball as much? I think you
I
just,
don't want to admit to that on air.
you just prefer baseball. Let's leave it at that. Height brings the ball back down after a little bit of panicking there. Ben Miller to Anubis. Anubis looking to Sam Miller, and they'll set up a play here. Lancers back in man. Nope. That's my fault again. Miller drains the two.
Deep two.
We'll get you the Lancers defense next time. Eagles, meanwhile, are in man. Neldner guarded by Height, and he's really pressuring. Carl Ryan up top. Gives to Gamble. Passes tipped by Anubis and out of bounds.
Nick plays second base and outfield.
Nice. I can relate to that. That's about what I play.
I'm a first baseman and terrible pitcher.
Not too bad. David Hine goes in. Left hand. Good. There's been no help defense for the Eagles once the Lancers have gotten the ball down there a couple times now. Height. Hand off to Anubis. Anubis to Sam Miller. Miller, nice move. Shakes off Ryan. Jumper no good. Hockey with the board. Pulls up an off-balance shot. That's no good. Miller, offensive board, and he misses. Jump ball between Height and Hine.
Into the Lancers, number 22, Ned Sandhafner.
Ned checks in for David. It'll be Eagles ball after the jump. They get into hockey. Up top, Height. Anubis, long two. Foot on the line, no good. Carl Ryan board. Lob pass down to Brian Sito. Nice pass from Carl. He gets blocked by Sito. Jonathan Gamble's follow-up, no good. Foul called on. It'll be fouls on Neldner. Neldner and Albrecht both with three here. Lisak will check in, and Gamble goes off. Height brings the ball down. He's been the point guard almost the whole game. Crosses over on Neldner, goes all the way in. Nice dish to Hockey. Hockey finishes. Caden Hockey with 8 points. Neldner. Gives to Sito. Sito up top to Lisak. Lisak travels.
In for the Lancers, number 10, Riley Sutnick.
Height brings the ball down. 10-point lead for the Eagles here. Height dishes to Sam Miller. Miller shot fakes all the way up, and a foul called on Carl Ryan. Lots of disagreement there by the Lancers.
Falls on Daniels, number 10, Riley Sutnick.
That's a
First personnel at the line, shooting 2.
fouls on Sotnick. Sam Miller drains the first. And the second one flushes home. Sam Miller with 16 points. Sito crosses over Ben Miller. Gets it down to Ryan inside. Ryan finishes. Carl Ryan with his second bucket of the game. Nice look down low. Height brings the ball down the floor. Hands off to Ben Miller. Miller with the handoff to Anubis. Anubis to Sam Miller. To Anubis. And Height slows it down. Sam Miller, long two. No good. Oh, man. My bad. Very high roll there.
It's a
High bounce, I should say. Nice cut by Lisak. Ball goes through his hands. Back the other way, Anubis. There's going to be a foul on Lancers. My bad there on that Sam Miller jumper. I thought for sure that was going out.
It's only your first missed one.
Yeah, I had like
It's
3.
better than usual.
I had like 3 in the Cornell game.
But yeah, that was
That was impressive. Just fouling the back of the, just fouling the net. Any way possible. Miller gets it into Hockey. Mismatch inside. Hockey finishes. Hockey knew he had the size advantage on Sandhefner and just took it to him. Sito gives it to Ryan. Ryan kicks it back out to Sotniks. Nice fake by Riley. Left-handed layup, no good. Hockey with the board. Trevor Height all the way across the defense to Anubis. Anubis jumper, no good. Sito with the board. Brian Sito pushes the back the other way. Pro hop and a travel is called. You can hear a pin drop in this gym right now. There's no, we don't have the crowd camera working up, but there is no student section. Nobody's here. It's really kind of sad. It would be nice to see fans. You know, the girls' basketball team is in the whole cheering section. Just be nice if we had some liveliness in the crowd right now. Ben Miller misses the jumper. Sam grabs the board. Sam misses the 3 after the buzzer.
Falls on Randall's number 10, Riley Sotnick. That's his second personal, team's 5th. Checking in for the Lancers, Jonathan Gamble.
Sterry comes back in.
James Sterry.
They run a cross screen. They get it down low to Miller. Size advantage and a foul on Gamble. I think our conversation with Nick Spencer is just about stopped. Fouls on Brian. I'm not. All right. Sam Miller hits the first. All right, we need a question to ask Nick. Nick, are you from Alma or Pepin?
or both.
He can't be from. Well, which school do you go to? And Miller hits both.
So is he an Almanian or a Pepinite?
I don't think either of those are correct. Sam Miller up to 19 points. Really good game for him. Sito. Looking. Needs help. Gets to Lisak. Lisak guarded by Sterry. Lisak to Sito. Sito looking over the top to Gamble. Nothing there. Sito goes all the way in the lane. Jumper. Good. Brian Sito with 11 points. Anubis brings the ball down. Height out of the game, but about to come back in. Carroll on the curl. No good. But a foul is called.
According to my Aunt Lisa, we are off air.
Oh, that's not good.
Falls on Wales number 12, Brian Sito. That's his third personal.
That never mattered.
In for the Lancers, David Hine. At the line, shooting the bonus, Logan Carroll.
All right, well, we'll keep going for the sake of the local recording. Maybe Nick can let us know if we're off air or not. As well, sometimes it's just a one house thing.
I'm getting a couple texts.
Carroll.
It's off air.
Oh boy.
Lost connection. He is from Pepin, though. We got from another fan.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, we're off air, off air, off air. Lost video.
All right, Carroll sinks both free throws. Man, it's not a good night. All right, we'll keep going for the sake of the recording. There's not much we can do right now to fix it.
Apologize for that.
Sotnick, all the way back down. Gets all the way into the corner. His pass is tipped. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lancers. Maybe it's the snowstorm somehow affecting the coverage. I don't know.
I wouldn't call it a storm.
Well, it's fallen. At least it was. Sotnick. Looking down low to Lisak, nothing doing. Sotnick guarded by Height. He goes all the way in, and a charge is called.
Second charge of the game for either side.
The charge taken by Logan Carroll.
Falls on a man was number 10, Riley Sotnick. That's his third personal.
Sam Scherenbeck in the game for the first time. 50-34, Eagles. Height crosses over. Looking for some help. He goes in. Kicks to Logan Carroll. Carroll with the open three. Drills it. Third three of the ball game for any team. Sotnick. To Gamble and a foul.
Falls on Alma Pepin's number 25, Sam Miller. That's his third personal.
Fouls on Miller, his third. All right, we're going to take a little break here, try to restart the broadcast.